This is my reaction to Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett, which just took place in the main event of UFC 324, where Justin Gaethje won the fight by decision over Paddy Pimblett. He wins the interim title in what was one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my entire life of watching this sport. I've seen so many fights, and even before I was into this sport, I've watched back older fights from the past. This is up there with one of the greatest fights of all time. An absolute legendary fight to kick off the Paramount era in their first main event on pay-per-view. I have no idea. Listen, Justin Gaethje won.
Justin Gaethje defeated Paddy Pimblett by decision in the UFC 34 main event, claiming the interim title in a fight that stood out as one of the most exciting I've ever seen. This was far more than a good fight. It was an intense and memorable battle from start to finish. It served as a perfect high-energy opening for the Paramount era's first pay-per-view headliner, with non-stop aggression that kept fans shocked and guessing until the end.
I have no idea how Paddy Pimblett did not get flatline KO'd on about 50 different occasions. If he lost, yes, he did lose, and if he lost any stock from this, the one saving grace is that he's been saying for a long time, we don't get knocked out, lad, and that would be the worst thing to happen to him. If he got KO'd in one of these fights badly, that would just be his ridicule forever. What happened to Scousers don't get knocked out, and it would just be images of Paddy Pimblett out cold. I have no idea how he didn't get flatlined in this fight. Justin Gaethje was cracking him with so many overhand rights. And the worst part was, it's not...
I still can't understand how he avoided being knocked out on 50 different occasions in this fight. He absorbed countless powerful overhand right shots from Gaethje, strikes that would have put most elite fighters down immediately. Yet he remained conscious the entire time, continuing to throw back and push forward, defying common sense and the limits of the human body. It was a clear showcase of an unbelievable chin that felt almost unreal.
It would be seen as biased for me to bring this up. I bring up fouls in every fight breakdown I do. I know I wanted Paddy to win, but I am going to bring up the fouls. Gaethje fought very fucking dirty in this fight. A lot of eye pokes, a groin shot as well. I think Paddy Pimblett had a groin shot that he landed too, but that was towards the end of the fight where it was just an absolute mess of a scrap between the two of them. But Gaethje landed some really bad eye pokes on him. But it doesn't matter, because the result is the result. Pimblett gets beaten over 5 rounds. At one point in the third, and we can go through this bit by bit, round 1 through round 5. Round 1...
What made Pimblett's toughness even more impressive was the way he took the shot, whether he was striking back or simply absorbing the damage. Many times, he ended exchanges with his chin held high and his jaw fully exposed, taking clean hits head on. Whenever Gaethje loaded up, you could see people flinch, expecting the knockout to finally happen, but it never came. He often looked like he was just there to be hit. Yet in a strange and remarkable way, those blows still couldn't stop him.
He got wobbled by any of these shots. Gaethje's chin is absolutely insane as well. That needs to be mentioned too. Pimblett was landing body kicks, knees to the body, low kicks, wasn't shooting any takedowns. Because I picked the mixed martial artist to win. So he was just duking it out with Gaethje in round 1 and 2. Low kicks, body kicks, head kicks out of nowhere, uppercuts, hooks. He was landing good shots on Gaethje. And Gaethje just at one point said, it's nothing like that to him, and was just eating these shots. And then when Gaethje got going after the eye poke that he landed on Pimblett, which was pretty bad, and I was thinking, oh my god.
The fight had its share of controversy. Gaethje fought very dirty at times, landing several questionable low blows late in the bout. These fouls were clear and happened at key moments, disrupting the flow of an already chaotic fight.
The body, teeps, low kicks, knees, punches, chin up in the air. You're wondering every time, when is he going to get slept? There's so many moments, and I was screaming, yes, we are DDP, basically, in the middle of this, because it was just like, dude, this is plot armor. How is he surviving these moments so narrowly, with millimeters to spare? Gaethje swinging these overhooks, and it's not even like Pimblett was landing and then weaving, and then, you know, like coolly slipping out of the way of these shots. He was just there to be hit, but in such an awkward way, that the shots were just whizzing past his head and face on so many occasions. I really thought this is it.
One moment in particular caught me off guard. Gaethje looked slightly hesitant, and Pimblett took advantage, landing clean body shots for a brief stretch. For a moment, it honestly felt like Paddy might pull off the impossible and beat Gaethje. My full attention shifted to the idea that Pimblett could actually make this happen. That unexpected start immediately hooked everyone and set a tense, aggressive tone for the rest of the fight.
Up against the cage in round 2. And then Gaethje cracks him with an overhand and drops him really bad in round 2. And it should be mentioned, a lot of the damage on Pimblett came from that moment. Amazing performance from Gaethje. Turned back the clock. I thought Pimblett was going to win. Don't But he did thumb him in the eye, and Goddard did nothing about it, even though he warned him about the eye poke before. Thumbed him in the eye, and then cracked him with a right hand that dropped him after that, and Pimblett then proceeded to really badly beat the shit out of Pimblett on the ground with ground and pound for about a minute straight. I think round 2 could be scored at 10-8, so even if you took a point...
It was absolutely wild. Even though Pimblett landed some incredibly strong low kicks, body kicks, and even some head kicks out of nowhere, Gaethje just kept moving forward. He seemed to take the hits deliberately at first, almost bracing himself, refusing to be caught off guard. He stayed tightly guarded while absorbing every strike Pimblett threw, showing a jaw of steel that very few fighters in the sport could match.
Maybe not the same version, but if he lands this on other fighters, they are going out. We've seen it. We've seen other fighters get put out by that. But this is like Ferguson level chin, prime Ferguson level chin from Paddy Pimblett. Hopefully he doesn't have a similar trajectory after the Gaethje fight, but he was eating some heaters off of Gaethje in round 4. Still landing his own back and having some good moments, but this is when it started to go bad. Like he would have a moment, then slip, end up on bottom, Gaethje's on top in that north-south, punching him in the head over and over again. Round 5, Gaethje won the 5th maybe, looking back at these stats, but Pimblett kind of had him wobbled at one point in the round, so I think that could maybe sway it a little bit, but one judge...
A nasty eye poke briefly stopped the fight. Immediately, I thought of Tom Aspinall and other British fighters whose title bouts ended controversially. Yet Pimblett, eyes wide and determined, pushed on. He kept fighting, only to be hit hard again right after the foul. It was a brutal moment that highlighted both Gaethje's relentless aggression and Pimblett's incredible toughness and determination.
I still can't believe what I watched. When I compare this to other great fights in UFC history, Gustafsson gets, that was a shit fight for 3 rounds. Then it was 4th round, Gustafsson was doing good, and then he gets wobbled by the really good ending of the 4th round. And then round 5 was a decent round as well. But this competitive stuff, but with more chaos on the feet in terms of the shots they were landing on each other. Non-stop violence, because these weren't like tappy shots that they were landing on each other, you know? It wasn't like 27
After the eye poke, Gaethje went on a brutal attack. In the 2nd round, he dropped Pimblett hard with an overhand right. What followed was a savage ground and pound flurry lasting about a minute. It was counted as a 108. This was a turning point, making it nearly impossible for Pimblett to win without scoring a finish. During these moments, Pimblett's endurance seemed almost unreal. He took huge shots to the jaw, yet somehow bounced back, got to his feet, and started fighting back as if he hadn't been rocked at all. His narrow escapes from disaster sometimes by mere millimeters had me yelling at the screen, utterly amazed at how anyone could survive such an intense, non-stop assault. Watching this fight, you couldn't help but think of Ilia Topuria. The non-stop aggression and jaw-testing exchanges made it feel like Topuria would be thrilled watching it. Seeing these two clash not only made the fight exciting, but also highlighted just how wild this bout really was. Round 3 brought a major shift in momentum. Despite the punishment he had taken, Pimblett found fresh energy and began taking control. He started landing the more effective strikes, breaking down Gaethje with precision and power. For a while, it genuinely felt like he was on his way to a TKO victory. Watching Pimblett start to turn the tide in the 3rd round was incredible. He began landing everything jabs, body shots, low kicks, and Gaethje started to wobble, losing his footing and feeling the full impact of the damage. Pimblett's relentless body shots and leg kicks pushed Gaethje on the defensive, and he mounted one of the most exciting comebacks in an already chaotic fight. As Pimblett built momentum, he landed a jumping knee, unfortunately striking Gaethje's groin and causing a brief pause. Despite this setback, Pimblett finished the round strong, showing an impressive ability to regroup and keep up his offense even after the accidental foul. By round 4, Gaethje, ever the resilient warrior, regained his timing and composure, ready to fight back. He started using his jab with sharp precision, which set up his powerful overhand right. Yet the tension remained. Gaethje landed 3 consecutive overhand rights at 1-point strikes that could drop most fighters instantly, but both men held firm. It was a masterclass in toughness from start to finish. Pimblett's jaw during this fight reached what could only be called peak Ferguson-level resilience. We've all seen what Gaethje's overhands can do to top fighters, yet Pimblett absorbed them like few ever could. In round 4, he took massive shots, still managing to land his own strikes and mount effective offense despite being moments from a knockout. His grit bordered on reckless, but it carried him through. The stats for this fight barely tell the full story. Almost every significant strike was a heavy, clean hit. The relentless brutality and the raw power in each exchange made this an incredibly difficult fight to score, as both men's conditioning and toughness were on full display. Even though there were concerns about his stamina late in the fight, Pimblett showed incredible resilience. He kept pushing forward, landing punishing strikes even in the most desperate moments, proving he could go all 5 rounds with an elite lightweight. This performance gives a major boost to his future prospects. The early controversial fouls from Gaethje, particularly the eye pokes, remained a troubling aspect. While fouls happen in fights, the severity of these incidents made a notable issue, highlighting questions about refereeing in high-stakes bouts. Overall, this fight was more than just exciting. It was a must-watch and a defining moment for UFC 34. The rest of the card was mostly underwhelming, with several lackluster fights and some odd production issues. The finale, however, was exactly what the event needed. It delivered a brutal, unforgettable contest that justified the matchup even after early fan skepticism, and kicked off the Paramount era era in spectacular fashion. In the end, the fight between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett is already being hailed as a top contender for Fight of the Year and could even rank among the greatest UFC bouts of all time. It outshines comparisons to fights like Jones versus Gustafsson, where the action really picked up only later, and sits alongside Jerome LeBanner's legendary clashes for its non-stop, relentless intensity. Both fighters earned massive respect, leaving fans with truly legendary showdown.